This is the ABOX T22 projector. It's a device that projects images or video onto a wall or a projector screen. But is it any good and is it worth the around $100? Stick around to find out. It's TechWiz time. Hey guys, hope you're having a great week. My name is Jonathan and this is TechWiz Time, where I create technology tutorial and review videos. In this video in particular, I'm going to be looking at the ABOX T22 projector. Now this particular unit is a review unit. It was sent by the seller on Amazon. So if you are looking to purchase one for yourself, there will be an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below. But just so you know, I wasn't paid for this review and thoughts and opinions are my own. So with that said, let's have a look at what's in the box. Styrofoam inside. Okay, so first up we've got a 2-pin power, an AV cable, so this is 3.5mm to your 3 RCA jacks, a HDMI cable, a pretty cool looking remote, and this is what I believe to be an adjustment screw, and I'll show you how this works a little bit later. And now for the main event. Oh, actually, there's a fairly decent size instruction manual there, so if you are looking for any information on the product, how to do certain things, then you should be able to find it in there. Back to the main event. Ooh, so that's actually quite weighty. Previously, I've looked at a cheap $30 projector and that definitely had no weight to it. This, yeah, it actually does have a fair amount of weight to it. So it's got a protector on the front there for the lens, which is great. That just pops off. It does stay connected by that elasticated string there. Okay, so let's have a look at the ports. So on this side, we've got an SD card slot, headphone jack, the AV port, VGA, USB, and HDMI. Over on the other side, we've got the 2-pin power. The back has nothing interesting. And underneath there, we've got a mount there for a tripod or this little adjustment screw. So what that's for, it just screws in like that and then lets you angle it up at the wall or projector screen. How awesome is that? Okay, so looking over on the top now, we've got 2 rings here. One is for focus and one is for keystone adjustment. Now, keystone is where it might be a little bit off square. So by using the keystone adjustment, you can square it up so it looks more like it actually should. Then we've got here standard buttons, like we've got the power button, a back button, M and S, not quite sure what those are for yet. But we've also got some arrows and an OK button. So great for when you're navigating the native interface within the device itself. So before I show you what the projector actually looks like on the wall, what I'll do is I'll go over a couple of specs with you just so you know what this device is. So this is an LED projector. So instead of using a standard bulb like most traditional projectors do, it uses LED. So it's better on power saving and also the life of the bulb. Now this particular one comes with a lamp life of around 50,000 hours. So that's pretty decent. You're probably not going to have the lamp fail on you within a couple of years, that's for sure. Now this particular LED projector, the ABOX T22, is capable of displaying an image on the wall between 1.5 meters to 5 meters. Now when you break that down to inches, you're looking at between 32 inches and 176 inches. So that's a huge screen on the wall. Its native resolution is 800 by 480, which is pretty standard for a low-cost projector. However, it does accept inputs of 1080p. So you don't need to worry about hooking up your PS4 or anything to this and it not being able to work. It will still work. It's just not going to display a 1080p image on the wall. It's only going to display an 800 by 480 image. And the other additional feature with this one is it has built-in speakers. So if you are inputting via HDMI or the AV port, not VGA unfortunately, because you need separate speakers for that. But if you're doing that, say for your PS4, you will actually get sound out of this. Now, it's not gonna be, you know, hi-fi quality, but it is gonna be good enough to actually play the game and hear the characters. So with all those specs and that out of the way, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear this off and we're gonna project it up onto the wall and we'll see what this actually looks like with the lights off. Okay, so this is with the lights on. I'm just gonna show you the image that's projecting there on the wall. It's not focused right now, but what I'll do is, using this top ring, we'll bring it into focus. There we go, that's more in focus. What I'll do though is I'll bring it back slightly. And that's coming out a lot clearer. So for now, just so we can see it right, I'll leave it about there. Now we can do the keystone correction, see that? It actually changes the angle of the image. So that's more like it about there. Okay, so just note that this is with the lights on. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna turn the lights off. 1, 2, 3. And now we're in pitch dark So this is a fairly dark room. There's a little bit of light. You can see over here, I've still got those lights on there. So that is coming up really nice. Now that image at the moment on the screen is probably, I'd say about 1 meter to 1.5 meters. I can't really tell without my ruler. But you can see there, that's coming up quite nicely. Now, on top, we've got those little arrows that we can push. So we can go through the menus, we can change the source, we can go across to settings, and OK. Okay, so you can see there we've got a picture mode, projector mode, color temperature, aspect, noise reduction. We can go across to the next menu. There's EQ and surround sound. We've got a clock, a timer there to set it off and on, sleep timer, auto sleep. Then we've got on-screen display language, timeout for the on-screen display, software updating via USB, and restore factory defaults. So that's the actual menus itself. What I'll do is we'll go back and I'll throw something on a USB or SD card and we'll see what the image quality or the playback is like. So give me a sec.
About connecting meters. And when you do start connecting things, you say, this is what is different from that. Is it more different or less different from that? And that means you start building genealogies. That was the trigger.
So image quality isn't that bad. It's actually really good. And depending on what sort of distance you can get this away from the actual wall or projector screen, will depend on obviously how big you can take this. But looking at this right now, this is a very, very decent projector that projects a really nice image on the wall. That's my opinion. Obviously, it's not a $1,000 projector, which is going to give you a much cleaner image, but for the price, only around $100, you're getting a pretty decent projector for its price. Not bad at all. Let's try something. Let's try and make it a little bit, I'll zoom out. We'll try and make it a little bit bigger. Let's have a look. Wow, that is a fairly decent size image on the screen there. Let's zoom in.
It seems like one of a very pure expression of what it is to be a scientist, that it's actually understanding the natural world is all that matters.
I am really entertained by a sentence that he wrote in one of his letters in which he says, every time I see a peacock's tail, I feel sick. He feels sick because he can't understand how it could have been.
So that's really good. That's a fairly decent size. That's about, I would say about 2 meters away from the wall, and that's projecting an image about a 1.5, maybe 2 meters in length. So yeah, a fairly decent sized screen for what it's projecting. Awesome. Okay, so that was the ABOX T22 LED projector. What did you think? I thought it was pretty good, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you saw. So leave me a comment down below and let me know. If you're looking to buy one of these for yourself, there will be a link down in the description below where you can purchase one. Now, if you're a fan of these videos, you like the reviews that I'm doing, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and also make sure you hit that little bell icon because it lets you know when I'm going to be releasing new videos. Now that I'm a new father, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to get out videos twice or 3 times a week. So at this stage, I'm only looking at about once a week if I can manage it. So by putting the bell icons on, it will tell you whenever I release a new video. So if you've got a friend on Facebook that is looking for a projector or you think would actually benefit from this, then make sure you share the link on there. And if you could like this video as well, that would be a great help. And as always, imagine, learn, create.